Hello everyone, this is John at Muse for You. This video for today is for George Balboa. He asked on YouTube, he says, "Thanks for the video. I have a request. Could you make or recommend a video that shows a scrolling or an auto slide scroll effect inside of a still picture, for example, like a PC monitor that's fixed into place and a mouse motion that advances the images in that monitor screen?" Thanks again. I'm new to Muse and find it absolutely fascinating. And what's interesting about that is I was actually just working on a video like that. I'm making this video on the side so that I can offer it to George quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this, George. So what you do is you get an image that you'd like. I actually have an image of a computer here in my widgets here. Let's see, so I have an image I'm going to select the iMac and I'm going to click, hold, and drag and place it onto my Adobe Muse desktop. So there's the image of the iMac, and I'm just going to delete what's inside here. So it's just black, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see that. So there's the image, and I'm going to place it, let's say, in the center there of my Adobe Muse website. And now to add a slideshow on the computer screen, what I can simply do is go to Object, Insert Widget, go to Slideshow, and select Basic. Then I can place the slideshow right in there, and I can move the slideshow so that it looks like it's on the computer screen. Just like that. And I just grab the corners. So I click a few times to grab the image inside the slideshow, and then I just move it to fit the screen. And if I go to the widget options, which is this blue circle with the arrow, I can take off the previous, next, and the caption there and the counter. So we just have the slideshow. And I'll move it up a little bit so it looks like that slideshow is on the computer. So now if I go to my slideshow options again, I can click on Add Images, and I can select all these images here. I have 8 images here, and I can click on Open. And now I have a slideshow in Adobe Muse. And if I wanted it to play on scroll, what I could do is I can select the slideshow. I can go to Scroll Effects here in my Scroll Effect panel. If you don't see the Scroll Effect panel, just go to Window, Scroll Effects, and it'll bring up the Scroll Effects panel. And then you want to click on the third button here that says Slideshow. The first one is Motion Scroll Effect. The second one is Opacity Scroll Effect. And the third one is Slideshow Scroll Effect. So if I click on Slideshow, we have this key position here, and I won't get too much into key position in this video, but basically when the website hits the top of the browser, this key position hits the top of the browser, this scroll effect will start to play. So we can say, we have the slideshow selected, and then we want to switch the slides, let's say every 200 pixels. Okay, and what we want to do is give more scroll space to this Adobe Muse website by selecting this tab here at the bottom and dragging down, because we need scroll space in order to see this effect work. So we need more space on the website. And now what I want to do is fix everything to the top of the browser, because if we preview this site in the browser by going to File, Preview Site in Browser, and I click Allow, and I scroll, we see everything scrolls up. So we want to fix everything to the top, and we do that by selecting everything and then saying here where it says pin, we can pin to the top. So now this computer and the slideshow will stay pinned to the top, and as you scroll, because we set it to scroll every 200 pixels, the image will change. So let's see how that looks like. We'll go to File, Preview Site in Browser, and as we scroll, the image changes. Very cool. And you can change the transition of the way the image changes by going to the slideshow options here. And where it says transition here, you can have it transition horizontal. So I'll go to File, Preview, Page in Browser. And as we scroll, every 200 pixels, it will change horizontally. Or we could have it change vertically every 200 pixels. So we go to File, Preview, Page in Browser. And as you scroll, the image changes vertically. Very cool. And you can also, you can do autoplay. So if we click on the slideshow and we go to the scroll effects again, we can do autoplay. and we can set the key position to start auto-playing automatically. I'll bring it down a little bit here. So when the browser hits this key position, the top of the browser hits this key position, it's going to autoplay. The slideshow is going to automatically autoplay, and it's going to switch. It's going to use the autoplay settings from the slideshow options. So it's going to autoplay. It's going to change slides every 3.5 seconds, and the transition is going to be vertical, and the transition speed is going to be 0.5. You can change all this in the slideshow options. And let's say you manually change the slideshow, which you really can't because we set the parts for the counter, or for the for the previous and next. We don't have it set so that we can manually change it. But let's say you did have that. If you manually change the slides, you can resume the autoplay after 3 seconds. So those are the options there. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we can see that nothing's happening because that key position is like right around here, and the key position doesn't, the effect doesn't kick in until it hits the key position. So if I scroll a little bit on my Adobe Muse website, the autoplay is now started, and the slides will now change every 3.5 seconds with a transition speed of 1, and it's set to horizontal, and we can set it to, it's set to vertical, and we can set it to horizontal or fade. So let's look at it again. It doesn't do anything, but once we get that key position, it starts to play the slideshow. And if we scroll back up, because that key position isn't hitting the top of the browser, nothing is going to happen. Very cool. So you can do a lot with this effect, and I'm going to center this a little bit better right there so we can see that. We'll preview page in browser. I'll scroll a little bit. Just imagine that key position right there, and as I scroll down, it hits that key position, the top of the browser, and the slideshow will autoplay. Alright, so that's it for this video tutorial. I hope that was helpful, George. Thanks for the request. It inspires me to make videos on the fly like this, and to help everyone out with Adobe Muse and help you out with Adobe Muse. It's a great program. Along with the widgets I provide, what I'm trying to do is like merge the best of like the coolest website stuff with Adobe Muse, so you can keep making awesome websites without code, even cooler websites with some of these widgets. But Adobe Muse in itself is just amazing, and I'm just trying to like merge these different widgets and ideas. If you go to museforyoushop.com, you'll see some of my widgets and the things you can do with the widgets. I have videos on that as well. So hopefully that was enough information. I am working on more videos and more widgets and more things for Adobe Muse to help you build awesome websites without code. So thanks again for watching, and thanks everyone for watching. Thanks George for the comment, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.